No matter who is running the ball or who is throwing the ball for the Rams in 2013, one thing is certain: they will depend on the productivity of the offensive line, a unit that's similar to a baseball umpire, hardly ever gets noticed when they do their jobs. Last year, the Fordham offensive line did its job opening holes for running back Carlton Kuntz to set the single-season rushing mark, and the offense averaged 435 yards a game, second best in the league and 20th best in the NCAA FCS. The 2013 Fordham offensive line will be led by seniors Stephen Tapia, Thomas Fisher, and Matt Stolte, along with junior Mason Halter. Last year, Tapia, a three-year starter, started all 11 games at right tackle after starting every game at right guard as a sophomore, helping the Fordham passing offense rank 41st in the NCAA. Fisher, who served as a backup to All-Patriot League left guard Lloyd Morrison last fall, started all 11 games at left tackle as a sophomore. He opened his Fordham career at tight end in 2010 before moving over to the offensive line. Stolte returns after starting the first 3 games at left tackle in 2012 and then missing the rest of the year due to injury. He appeared in 6 games at left tackle as a sophomore in 2011. Mason Halter appeared in 8 games as a sophomore in 2012, starting 7 of those at left tackle. Other returning players with experience on the line include Joseph Mazzara, Garrick Mayweather, Tim Donahue, and Jerome Kolb. Mazzara, who looks to move into the starting spot at center after the graduation of Chris Watkins, appeared in 4 games as a sophomore, starting 1 at center. Mayweather, a sophomore, appeared in 3 games on the offensive line for the Rams as a freshman, serving as a backup at right guard. Newcomers to the Fordham offensive line include Charlie Crenendino, Zach Johnson, Eric McCauley, Jack Trainer, and Kyle Vaughn. Crenendino, a graduate of Harrison High School, was named 2012 Section 1 Class A Lineman of the Year and a first-team All-State and first-team All-League selection. Johnson, who played his high school football at Chaminade High School, was a member of the 2012 NYCHSFL Championship team. Marlin, a graduate of Mechanicsburg High School, was named first-team All-Centennial as an offensive lineman and was a preseason Mid-State Top 125 honoree. Vaughn, a graduate of Staples High School in Westport, Connecticut, was a consensus first-team All-State selection and led his team to back-to-back FCIAC championships. Hey, Thomas, basically 2 weeks into camp now. How do you think it's going so far?
I think it's been going well so far. I mean, Coach talked about a little roller coaster effect. That's good and bad at the same time. We like to see both sides of the ball do well.
Oh, line Aubrey loves you! Woo!
But thanks, Carlton Jones, for acting like a Jagaloo on camera. Appreciate it. And but yeah, I mean, if we could just get more consistent, and what Coach really said after practice today was we want to have it so that if the judges were here, they wouldn't be able to determine like who the real winner was, and sort of come out as like as a draw, at the end of practice between the offense and the defense.
In the first week of camp, it seemed the defense is a little bit ahead of the offense. This past week, the offense seemed to be catching up. Is there anything you're doing differently, or is it just you're grasping the offense better?
I think that's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, you see year after year that the offense, might take a little while to get going. You put new freshmen in, new guys at different places after the spring, things like that. We might take a little longer to get going than defense does, but I think it just took some time to really understand like what we were doing, where we were going, and to start just grooving as an offense. I think that's ultimately all it took, is just like timing and things like that.
Great, thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve. Been it started the last couple of years here. You're going into your senior year. How different is it this year for you? You're going to have a new center who obviously is the quarterback of the line. How much difference does that make from your position?
From my position, I guess it's a pretty big deal. There's a lot of dependability that I put on Chris Watkins to help me, through my junior year. Him being a senior, him being senior captain, and this year I'm the senior while Joe's a little junior, a little underclassman. So I try to help him out, try to do the best I can to make sure he knows what he's doing, make sure he knows what the whole line is doing. And, we feed off of each other's energy, so it's been going pretty good so far.
Now this summer, obviously in the spring, you had a problem with lack of bodies. I mean, you're really down to basically 4 or 5 healthy linemen in the spring, but in the summer now it looks like we have 10 to 12. How does that help you going along?
Playing as many snaps as I did, I guess it helps quite a bit. But Coach Moorhead always preaches no excuses. So you know, the offensive linemen that we did have during the spring, we came out, you know, we did what we had to do during the spring ball, and that's all that matters.
Great, thanks, Steven.